It's the fact that we have a governor, an elected official in the state of Texas that is placing families on buses without shoes, cold, wet, tired, hungry, afraid, traumatized, and then they come to the city of Chicago where we have homelessness, we have mental health clinics that have been shut down and closed. You have people who are seeking employment. The governor of Texas needs to take a look in the mirror of the chaos that he is causing for this country. This is not just a Chicago dynamic. He is attacking our country. The sensibility and the civility of our country, he is undermining that. It's all good. We good. Yes.
Okay, so things are still getting crazy up in Chicago. We got migrants out there sleeping in the snow, literally sleeping in the snow, freezing to death. They're complaining, saying, please get us out of here. These people are saying they are willing to go back to their country if they can get out that Chicago winter. But Mayor Brandon Johnson, he's been catching all types of issues, all types of hell, trying to deal with this because he's a left-wing activist. The voters of Chicago put him in power. They replaced Beetlejuice Lori Lightfoot with Brandon Johnson because he's a brother. They didn't give a damn about his policies. They didn't give a damn about things he had to say. They didn't realize that this man was soft on crime. We got teenagers running amok out here, doing teen takeovers, robbing cars, robbing gas stations, stuff like that. He said, don't criticize them. They're just teenagers, don't have anything to do. Don't demonize them. We're just going to give them a slap on the wrist as they commit grand theft auto. Failing education, businesses fleeing. This man is dealing with a whole lot. And the biggest issue that he's been dealing with is 40,000 migrants being sent up there by Texas. Because they chirped and chirped and chirped about how evil, how racist Texas was. And Texas sent the migrants up there. And now Brandon Johnson is so stressed out. Allegedly, he's having panic attacks because of the stress of dealing with this migrant crisis. We got an article here from the Post Millennial. We're going to read a little bit about what the hell is going on with Brandon Johnson in Chicago. Two Chicago journalists reported that Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson has become so stressed out that he was hospitalized for panic attacks. John Cass and Anita Padilla broke the news on WGN AM's Chicago Way podcast on January 16th, saying that Johnson needed medical help due to increasing stress. They were talking about the illegal immigrant problem on air when Cass said no amount of antidepressants can cure him of this problem. Damn. You know, when I first watched that video, that little clip I just showed at the beginning when he was going off on Greg Abbott, talking about, oh, Greg Abbott is wicked. This is such a problem. And he was talking about looking in the mirror. He was so upset. And you could hear a guy in the background. He was kind of saying, like, you good? You good? And at the end, Brandon Johnson was like, yeah, it's all good. I'm like, and I thought, like, what the hell? And it looks like these guys are looking out for Brandon Johnson because you can see him, even in that interview, he's getting so worked up over it, so stressed out. This man is not built to deal with this. Even without the migrant crisis, Chicago has all types of problems. And you hit them with this migrant crisis, which they asked for. The mayor has to be able to handle that. But this guy, apparently, is having trouble. So let's continue. I know it's so true, Padilla, you said. And you know, you brought it up. I was going to bring it up. The panic attacks, Cass asked, the mayor's panic attacks. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that, Padilla asked? Because two sources told me that he has been in a hospital for these panic attacks and he is stressed out because this is a big, big job for him. I say, look, man, you going to the hospital for panic attacks, your heart probably pounding, chest pounding, heart racing, not feeling well, blood pressure going up. Look, resign the post. There are plenty of smart people in Chicago, plenty of able-bodied people who can do it. It ain't worth it. What, you 50-something years old and you dealing with this? Take care of your health, man. You don't need to be stressing out over something like this unnecessarily. give up the job. If you can't handle it, I know you got political ambitions, you want to make your money and all of that, but if it's putting you in this position, you need to ask yourself, is it worth it? Let somebody else handle it. He's not ready for it. He is not ready for it, Padilla said. He is not a leader. I'm sorry, he's not a leader. Damn. They going off on him. And a leader, brings people up and supports them. And the Chicago police are still waiting to see where that comes from. Like I said, crime is running rampant in Chicago. And Brandon Johnson is doing a terrible job. Talking about drive-by shootings, little kids getting shot, kids on drugs, got crackheads running around, people houses getting broken into. Yeah, terrible job up there. And remember, they were talking all that defund the police crap. Yeah, he put in a good superintendent, but I still think that he needs to prove himself to the police. Where does he stand on that? But this immigration issue, this is not helping him at all, this situation. And when you call yourself a sanctuary city, you call yourself a sanctuary state. And guess what's going to happen, Padilla said? Don't blame Texas, she continued, because Texas, if you look at what they're dealing with, they have a massive influx. We don't even show the videos on television, the amount of people that are just standing around, and now they're desperate because what happens when people don't have money? They start breaking into things. They start committing crimes. They start working for the cartels. They start doing human trafficking. They start becoming victims of human trafficking. So they had to do, what are they going to do with all these people? They had to get them out of the city. And sanctuary city, you're the sanctuary city. So you're going to get what you asked for. So this is written verbatim. So these guys are speaking very informal. And the grammar's kind of off. But they're basically saying, look, man, you call yourself a sanctuary city, so you're going to get this influx of migrants. You bring these migrants up here. They're illegal immigrants. They don't have the ability to work. And many of them don't want to work. So you got all these people up here freezing cold, packed, crowded, broke, hungry. So they're going to start selling bucks. Women are going to start selling bucks. They're going to start kidnapping, selling each other, selling the teenage girls. They're going to be sold off. The cartels are going to have the boys on the corner selling drugs. They're going to get into violence with the drug dealers already up there. So it's all types of crimes that are going to happen. Eric Adams of New York already admitted that they have a massive crime problem. In fact, we just had another issue over there in New York I'm going to get to in another video. But when you have these migrants just sitting around, they ain't got nothing to do, and they broke and hungry, you're going to have issues. You're going to have a lot of issues. Johnson has been under increasing pressure while on the job as illegal immigrants continue to pour into the city, fueled by Texas Governor Greg Abbott's busing of the individuals from the border region to Democrat-led cities. He has asked Texas to stop sending illegal immigrants north to no avail. Why? Why ask them to stop? You said you wanted this. You said that you were good people. You were better at this. Johnson has gone so far as to suggest that Abbott has staged an attack on leaders of color. What the hell is a leader of color? By shipping illegal immigrants to Chicago and New York, headed by Eric Adams. Well, look, man, the mayor of Denver is white. The mayor of LA is white. He sent them there too. He sent them to DC. And Biden is in DC, so he's attacking democratically run cities, and particularly cities that are being led by black leaders or leaders of color. Johnson said, yeah, this left-wing verbiage, man, leaders of color. I'm a person of color. It sounds completely ridiculous. See, you can call them a leader of color, a person of color, but then when you say color person, they get offended, which is the same thing. It's completely nonsensical twisting of the English language. This is unconscionable. I mean, it is a very raggedy approach, and quite frankly, not only is it reckless and raggedy, but it is evil-spirited. Evil-spirited to send migrants. These migrants come to Texas and they say, I want to go to Chicago. You send them there, how's that evil-spirited? Chicago said, we're a sanctuary city. You come to Chicago, we're going to take care of you. We're going to protect you from ICE and all of that. So what's the problem? So there you have it. Brandon Johnson having panic attacks, stressed out, going to the hospital, not knowing how to deal with this problem. He's trying to come up with a newer approach, saying we're not going to assist them like we used to. We used to house them for 3 months, but now we're just going to give them a very short window, and we're not even going to help them find housing. We're going to give them a very short window of housing and support and say, look, you better get your act together. Otherwise, you're going to be out stranded in the cold somewhere. So they're trying to put pressure on the migrants to take care of themselves. But good luck with that. And like I said, man, if this is destroying your health, it ain't worth it. You trying to get rich, become the mayor, you want to look good, have that status or whatever. But if it is hospitalizing you, yeah, This man is not ready for the job, completely broken, caving under the pressure. I mean, Greg Abbott has destroyed this man. You got the Illinois governor sending a letter begging Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, to stop sending migrants. Brandon Johnson is talking crap about him, talking about he's wicked and evil spirit and all that. And then he's in a hospital because he's panicking. He's having anxiety and stress because he doesn't know how to do his job. It's a very high pressure job. One of the biggest, most prosperous cities in the country, man. Do your job. So let me know what you guys think about this. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.